Welcome back, film bugs, to another exciting journey into the world of film and entertainment. I'm your host, Little Ricky. Today we dive into our top 24 Ghibli movies list. But before that, let's address the real head-scratcher, how to pronounce Ghibli. I mean, did anyone else go through the Ghibli, and who knows what other variants phase? Seriously, who's that Ghibli person? Anyway, fear not. We've conducted a serious pronunciation investigation. Now, let's turn it over to our pronunciation guru, Lila, who's about to set the record straight on how to nail that Ghibli pronunciation once and for all. Take it away, Lila.
Thank you, Little Ricky. And hello, film bugs. So, Studio Ghibli is correctly pronounced as Studio Ghibli. The Ghibli part is pronounced with a soft G sound, similar to the G in giraffe, and the emphasis is on the first syllable, G. Back to you, Little Ricky.
Thank you, Lila. So let's begin. Our number 24th spot, or dead last, is, yes, you have guessed it, the 2020 Earwig and the Witch, directed by Goro Miyazaki. This movie is like that questionable dish you ordered at a fancy restaurant. You take a bite and wonder if they accidentally switched the ingredients with disappointment and a sprinkle of confusion. This animated misadventure from Studio Ghibli left us scratching our heads. Not from creative genius, but from the baffling plot twists and oddball characters that seem to have stumbled in from a different dimension. The titular Earwig isn't just a kid. She's a tiny magician trying to outsmart a coven of less than terrifying witches. It's like Harry Potter's misfit cousin nobody talks about. The shift from traditional 2D animation to a first-time attempt at 3D CGI in the animation felt quite raw. It gave off a reminiscent vibe of the early years of Pixar, like A Bug's Life or Toy Story. Plus, the storytelling mishmash left us in a state of confusion, as if we stumbled into a parallel universe where whimsy took an unexpected detour. So, if you're up for a cinematic experiment that might leave you more puzzled than entertained, grab some popcorn and get ready to meet Earwig, the wizard in training with a side of bewilderment. Should they choose to reimagine it with their distinctive Ghibli 2D animation, I might be inclined to excuse the peculiar storyline, possibly warranting a more positive rating of 5 or even 6, as opposed to the regrettable 3 out of 10 that we're currently assigning to this film. Securing the 23rd spot is the 2006 Tales from Earthsea, once again helmed by Goro Miyazaki. Stepping into the shoes of his legendary father is undoubtedly a daunting task for Goro. The film isn't inherently bad, it just fails to leave a lasting impression. It lacks the inventive spirit, emotional depth, and aesthetic allure of classics like Spirited Away, the visual enchantment of Howl's moving castle, the expansive adventure of Castle in the Sky, the charming characters of Kiki's delivery service, or the sheer joy of Ponyo. If pressed to identify Earthsea's defining feature, it becomes a challenging task. The music is passable but far from extraordinary. Character designs and artwork dangerously flirt with generic tropes. The storyline lacks tension, feeling almost inconsequential, and the writing falls into the realm of blandness. Where's the heart, the humor, the passion? Anything to draw me into the narrative? As the plot unfolded, my interest waned, and my primary concern became how much time was left until the credits rolled. With Studio Ghibli's lofty standards in mind, it's hard to embrace a film that barely rises above mediocrity. Reports from Earthsea literature fans echo disappointment, suggesting that this adaptation falls short of their hopeful expectations, assigning this a 5 out of 10. Next up in our lineup, occupying the 22nd spot, is the 1993 film Ocean Waves, directed by Tomomi Mochizuki. With a succinct runtime of 60 minutes, the film adeptly achieves its objective of delivering a straightforward yet emotionally resonant high school love story. A standout feature of this cinematic creation is undoubtedly its score. Beyond its musical diversity and distinctive personality, It seamlessly integrates with the scenes, employing the unique animation technique of animating over music. The theme track, in particular, is irresistibly catchy, skillfully capturing the film's quiet, contemplative, and wistful tone. While the plot may lean towards the simple and occasionally generic, finding strength in the culmination, the payoff in the latter part of the narrative defines the film's success. However, preceding this climax lies a somewhat bland landscape where, though not devoid of interest, the storytelling could have been elevated, enriched, and rendered more memorable. The film's confined scope poses a challenge, prompting reflection on how much more impact it could have wielded with a more unique and expansive storyline, given the abundance of animation talent at its disposal. Despite narrative drawbacks, there remain numerous aspects worthy of admiration. The finely crafted dynamic between the lead characters and the emotional core, despite the film's simplicity, deliver a notable punch. Ocean Waves is, at its essence, a beautiful, quiet, and contained piece, amplified by an exceptional soundtrack and abundant emotional impact. However, it edges toward the border of being too quiet and unambitious, hinting at untapped potential. As a TV movie, it successfully fulfills the fundamentals, making it an apt choice for those who savor wistful, nostalgic storytelling. We're awarding this a commendable 7 out of 10. Claiming the 21st spot is the 1984 Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, directed by the visionary Hayao Miyazaki. Princess Nausicaa faces the daunting task of rallying her people to thwart a destructive force that imperils their world by depleting its natural resources. This film holds a certain charm that resonates deeply. While it may not quite reach the heights of the later masterpiece, Princess Mononoke, it remains a commendable cinematic experience. Watching it, my eyes perceive a film from the 80s, yet my brain insists it's a recent creation. The relevance of this tale in 2023, considering the environmental challenges we face, is strikingly poignant. The animation retains its allure, particularly in the enchanting snow-covered scenes and the subsequent crafts, action sequences, and characters. Despite occasional moments of confusion, the film's impactful message and stunning visuals warrant a solid 8 out of 10. A gust of cinematic sensation for the senses. Taking the 20th spot is the 1986 Castle in the Sky, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. The U.S. English dubbed version features the voices of Anna Paquin and James Van Der Beek. This spirited adventure follows the scrappy duo Pazu and Shida, thrust into a thrilling escapade involving pirates, secret agents, and the titular floating locale. Miyazaki, working from his own screenplay, captivates from the start with an engrossing action sequence aboard an enormous airship. The film opens with a fast-paced tone with an irresistible hook. Despite Miyazaki's typically deliberate pace, the overlong running time is surprisingly not as problematic. The movie unfolds with exhilarating scenes, including a fantastic encounter with an oversized robot. Notably, it excels in quieter moments, with vivid characters enhancing the persistently watchable atmosphere. While the 124-minute duration may test patience, Castle in the Sky's energetic climactic stretch ensures a high note, marking it as a better-than-average effort from Miyazaki. This animated gem secures a solid 8.1 out of 10, a sky-high achievement that continues to elevate the world of animation. Securing the 19th spot is the 2011 film From Up on Poppy Hill, directed by Goro Miyazaki. In the U.S. English dub, the voices are brought to life by Sarah Bolger, Chris Noth, Christina Hendricks, and the late Anton Yelchin. After Goro's last effort, Tales from Earthsea, my expectations were pretty modest. However, this film pleasantly surprised me. While credit is due to Hayao Miyazaki for the story, Goro Miyazaki's direction showcases promising artistic abilities. The film unfolds as a delightful tale of young love, resilience in the face of adversity, and the significance of perseverance, with beautiful animation and memorable characters that linger in the viewer's mind. Although the film's strengths lie in its narrative and characters, courtesy of Hayao Miyazaki, Goro's contributions are commendable. The film captures the atmosphere and mid-century Japan with just the right touch of extraordinariness to pique interest without veering into implausibility. Despite lacking that groundbreaking spark, it remains a fine addition to Studio Ghibli's repertoire, earning a respectable 8.3 out of 10. With heart, humor, and passion, From Up on Poppy Hill delivers a feel-good family experience that is undoubtedly worth watching. Rolling in at number 18 is the 2002 Whisper of the Heart spin-off, The Cat Returns, directed by Hiroyuki Morita. Anne Hathaway voices Haru in the English dub, alongside Cary Elwes as the Baron, Judy Greer as Yuki, and Andrew Beavis as Prince Loon. Diverging from the Whisper of the Heart vibe, let me be upfront. This isn't Ghibli's crown jewel, and Miyazaki had minimal involvement. Picture it as Whisper of the Heart meets Spirited Away in a feline fantasy. The tale unfolds with Haru, a regular girl, whisked away to the cat realm to wed a feline prince she once rescued from a speeding truck. Baron, the charismatic cat from Whisper, takes center stage, and the stray cat returns, looking more robust than ever. For cat enthusiasts, this one's a winner, but beware. The plot sprints along a bit hastily. Manage expectations, and you'll have a blast. Don't anticipate Spirited Away greatness, but an 8.6 out of 10 is a whisker away from perfection. Just remember, as much as we wish, real cats won't lead us to magical kingdoms. Rated PG for a dash of fright, a sprinkle of sensuality, and a pinch of language. Suggested for ages 10 and up. Ranked at number 17, Whisper of the Heart, the 1995 precursor to The Cat Returns, directed by Yoshifumi Kondo, takes the spotlight. In the English-dubbed version, Brittany Snow voices Shizuki Tsukishima, with Jean Smart as Asako, Ashley Tisdale as Yuko, and Cary Elwes as the Baron. The narrative unfolds around Shizuku, a young girl enamored with reading and aspiring to become a storyteller herself. As Shizuku delves into books borrowed from the library, she uncovers a common name of a boy who shares her literary preferences. Intrigued, she sets out to discover the identity of this kindred spirit, leading her to a boy from her school. Their initial encounter mirrors the charm of an old MGM musical, marked by friction that gradually gives way to a warm connection. A particularly delightful moment occurs as they sing Country Roads together. Beyond the sweetness of their burgeoning romance, the film takes on an extra dimension. Shizuku and the boy mutually inspire each other to pursue their dreams and ambitions, adding depth to their first love narrative. The animation captivates with its exquisite quality, presenting backgrounds that resemble paintings, blurring the line between animation and reality. The attention to detail extends to crafting a three-dimensional world. Whisper of the Heart is a heartwarming and optimistic cinematic experience. Its well-crafted narrative, coupled with lovable characters, invites viewers to cheer for a happy ending. While departing from the fantastical elements often associated with Ghibli, the film earns a commendable 8.8 out of 10 for its sincerity and heartfelt storytelling. Taking the 16th spot is the 2013 film The Wind Rises, marking Hayao Miyazaki's last animated endeavor until the recent revelation of his latest work, How Do You Live?, that came out summer this year in Japan and winter in the US. The English dub features Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jiro, John Krasinski as Honjo, Emily Blunt as Nahoko, Stanley Tucci as Caproni, Mae Whitman as Kaio, and the ever-charming Martin Short as Kurokawa. Jiro, a boy inspired by a dream encounter with his aviation hero Caproni, grows up to fulfill his dream of designing airplanes. However, his creations become tools of war. Amid this, Jiro finds love with Naoko, and the movie beautifully weaves a tapestry of supporting characters from his bratty sister to his fair boss and competitive friend. Together, they immerse us in Jiro's affluent life and offer a unique pre-World War II perspective. While the narrative could have unfolded in live action, Hayao Miyazaki's craftsmanship elevates it to a different realm. The animation adopts a surrealistic approach, steering clear of cartoonish stereotypes. Scenes like the Kanto earthquake of 1923 are rendered with such realism that the ground feels alive, engulfed by a colossal wave. Dream sequences seamlessly integrate into the narrative, and the depiction of airplanes showcases the animation team's fantastic attention to detail. Unlike other dramatic anime where animation merely exists, Miyazaki's meticulous work ensures it enhances the storytelling. Watching a 2D moving illustration on the big screen may feel unusual, but The Wind Rises embraces this tradition. Rumors abound that Miyazaki might retire, acknowledging he can't surpass this masterpiece. It's hard to disagree. This film earns a well-deserved 9.1 out of 10. Claiming the 15th spot is Howl's Moving Castle, directed by the visionary Hayao Miyazaki. The U.S. English dub features a stellar cast with Christian Bale as Howl, Gene Simmons as Granny Sophie, Lauren Bacall as the Witch of the Waste, Blythe Danner as Madame Suleiman, Emily Mortimer as young Sophie, Josh Hutcherson as Markle, Gina Malone as Letty, and the delightful Billy Crystal as Calcifer. While not reaching the heights of Spirited Away or the intensity of Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle operates on the level of Kiki's Delivery Service, portraying a girl forced to surpass her perceived limitations, a recurring theme in Miyazaki's works. As with all his narratives, the story imparts valuable lessons without being preachy, manifesting in character development and physical transformations. The attention to detail rivals Pixar's excellence. The animation is enchanting, with the eponymous castle's chaotic assembly somehow cohering through magical means and Miyazaki's directorial finesse. Airships make a surprising but welcomed appearance, contributing to some dark and beautiful scenes amid a world at war. The voice acting, led by Christian Bale and Emily Mortimer, is commendable, with Billy Crystal's portrayal of Calcifer standing out as unexpectedly endearing. Howl's Moving Castle remains another outstanding creation from Studio Ghibli. Even those unfamiliar with Miyazaki's works found themselves captivated for the entire 2-hour runtime. Still immersed in discussions about the imagery and deeper meanings, we realized we had experienced true art, a well-deserved rating of 9.3 out of 10 for amazing animated film. Next in line at number 14 is Kiki's Delivery Service, a gem directed by the maestro Hayao Miyazaki. The U.S. English dub features stellar voices, with Kirsten Dunst as the phenomenal Kiki, Janine Garofalo as Ursula, Phil Hartman as Gigi, Matthew Lawrence as Tombo, and Tress MacNeille as Osono, whose name may ring a bell for Simpsons fans. Initially expecting lighthearted fun, I was pleasantly surprised as Kiki's Delivery Service transcended this label, revealing itself as a beautifully animated cinematic masterpiece. Miyazaki's signature touch graces the film with stunning landscapes and intricate details, akin to his other works like Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. The plot follows Kiki, a 13-year-old witch embarking on a year of training, who settles in a European seaside town, befriends a baker couple, and establishes a flying delivery service. What distinguishes Kiki's Delivery Service is its personal, non-epic narrative, offering a glimpse into the day-to-day life of a teenage girl in a bustling town. While adventure thrills exist, the film's true beauty lies in capturing the quieter moments of life, deviating from Western animated cinema norms. The charming, understated musical score and the absence of a traditional antagonist emphasize life's subtleties and Kiki's journey of self-discovery. A cinematic masterpiece and a personal favorite, Kiki's Delivery Service, with its nuanced storytelling and the endearing character of Kiki, stands out in Miyazaki's repertoire. His ability to respect the audience's intelligence shines through, making this film a timeless treasure. In our introduction to Ghibli movies, alongside My Neighbor Totoro, we're awarding this enchanting tale a well-deserved 9.6 out of 10. Taking the 13th spot is the 1991 gem Only Yesterday, skillfully directed by Isao Takahata. In the U.S. English dub, Daisy Ridley lends her voice to Taiko, with Dev Patel as Toshio, Alison Fernandez as young Taiko, and Hope Levy as Tsuneko. This film weaves a seemingly ordinary narrative in everyday settings with a protagonist, Taiko, who mirrors the average person. Yet the magic lies in the simplicity of the story and the film's ability to resonate. Takahata, the genius behind Grave of the Fireflies, crafts a tale where a woman in her late 20s finds herself on the brink of happiness, hindered by an intangible obstacle. A journey to the countryside triggers childhood memories, skillfully capturing the essence of her upbringing in 1960s Japan. Unlike conventional narratives, Only Yesterday beautifully explores the subtle nuances of childhood, the seemingly insignificant moments that shape one's character. The film refrains from portraying a traumatic past that needs fixing. Instead, it offers a unique perspective by examining life through a child's eyes. The flashbacks, portraying not a missed opportunity, but a collection of impactful small events, evoke a mix of chills and warmth. The film delicately suggests that while external events influence us, our essence remains unchanged. It's a poignant reflection on the interplay between our intrinsic selves and the experiences that mold our lives. With its Tao-like philosophy and a conclusion that beckons discovery, Only Yesterday earns a well-deserved 9.7 out of 10. Securing the 12th spot is the 2010 enchanting tale, The Secret World of Arrietty, skillfully directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi. In the U.S. English dub, the stellar cast includes Bridget Mendler as Arrietty, Amy Poehler as Homily, Will Arnett as Pod, and the iconic Carol Burnett as Hara. Having typically indulged in my go-to Ghibli favorites like My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo, and Pompoko, I stumbled upon this gem in HBO Max's Ghibli collection. While it takes a more small-scale approach, The Secret World of Arrietty captivates with its tale of a family of borrowers, a miniature race residing within ordinary human homes, concealed from their unaware hosts. Visually stunning, the film maintains the Ghibli standard, turning everyday backgrounds into picturesque scenes. Unlike the fantastical realms of Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle, Arrietty unfolds within an ordinary home. However, the film's simple beauty, coupled with the lovingly drawn detail seen through smaller eyes, elevates it to one of the more visually memorable Ghibli movies. The story, though straightforward, is effective, focusing on the human occupants of a home, a young boy with a heart condition, and the concealed family of borrowers. Arrietty, the daughter of the diminutive clan, contributes to Ghibli's tradition of fantastic female characters. While not an action-packed film with grand climaxes, it offers satisfaction and a pleasantly watchable experience. Arrietty imparts good feelings without becoming heavy-handed with messages, earning this lovely animated film a well-deserved 9.8 out of 10. We've now down to our last 11 captivating Ghibli films, each earning a flawless 10 out of 10 rating. These 11 movies represent cinematic perfection, each leaving an indelible mark on us. Our rankings are a reflection of their impact on us personally, recognizing that everyone's perspective varies. What we've placed at number 8 might be someone else's cherished top choice, and so on. We eagerly invite you to share your own top 24, or if that's a bit much, perhaps your top 10, in the comments section below. So, Without further ado, let's embark on these last 11 films. Unveiling at number 11, as you might have guessed with what I'm cosplaying as, is the 1999 Meet the Yamadas, orchestrated by the whimsical Isao Takahata. In this animated escapade, our English dub squad features Jim Belushi as Takashi, Tress MacNeille as Shag, Molly Shannon as Matsuko, Daryl Sabara as the one and only Noboru, and Liliana Mumi as the charming Nonoko. Meet the Yamadas is Studio Ghibli's rebel child, their most offbeat creation to date. Picture a delightful hand-drawn style akin to the enchanting Princess Kaguya. Brace yourself for a wild ride through the comic mishaps of an everyday Japanese family. While you might catch a glimpse of fantasy, with characters daydreaming about floating in the air or partaking in wild escapades, the heart of the film beats with humdrum realism. Get ready for laughs, courtesy of ditzy characters, especially the scene-stealing, crazy old grandmother. For those expecting world-saving plots or epic hero-villain showdowns, this one might swerve in the opposite direction, embracing its unapologetic ordinariness, straightforward development, and a noticeable absence of a traditional storyline. Yet, in its quiet charm lies a unique appeal. Meet the Yamadas stands out as a distinctive cinematic oddity. Approach it with the right mindset, expecting a step back from the usual Ghibli narratives and relish in the minutiae of everyday life. This one's a true gem. Claiming the 10th position on our list is the 1988 masterpiece, Grave of the Fireflies, directed by Isao Takahata, featuring Adam Gibbs as Seita and Emily Neves as Setsuko in the English dub version. In our view, this cinematic gem holds a close second place among the most heart-wrenching films, with Hachi clinching our top spot, provoking an intense allergic reaction post-viewing. This animated masterpiece delves into the profound truths of war, loss, and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. Set against the grim backdrop of World War II, the film follows the arduous journey of two young siblings, Seita and Setsuko, navigating the harrowing landscape of war-torn Japan. With breathtaking visuals and a hauntingly beautiful score, the movie captures the essence of childhood innocence, juxtaposed with the brutality of conflict. Grave of the Fireflies paints a raw portrait of the siblings' fight for survival and the unbreakable bond they share, compelling viewers to contemplate the profound impact of war on innocent lives. Director Isao Takahata's narrative prowess evokes deep empathy, leaving an indelible emotional mark and offering a poignant exploration of tragedy, love, and the enduring human spirit. Undoubtedly a cinematic masterpiece, this film is a must-see that resonates long after the credits roll. While we understand the reluctance to revisit it due to its heart-wrenching nature, Grave of the Fireflies truly deserves to be experienced at least once. Securing the 9th spot is Studio Ghibli's latest release, How Do You Live? Hayao Miyazaki's potentially final film, also recognized as The Boy and the Heron in the US. While we hold out hope for Miyazaki's return, if this indeed marks his farewell, it stands as a spectacular conclusion. Adapted from Yoshino Genzaburo's novel, the film promises a profound exploration of life under Miyazaki's directorial brilliance. The English-dubbed version boasts an outstanding cast, including Dave Bautista as the Parakeet King, Christian Bale as Shoichi Maki, Florence Pugh as the young Kiriko, Mark Hamill as Grand Uncle, Gemma Chan as Natsuko, Willem Dafoe as the Noble Pelican, Luca Padovan as Mahito, and Karen Fukuhara as Lady Hime. The narrative follows Mahito Maki, a young boy grappling with loss, new family dynamics, and a mysterious tower inhabited by a mischievous gray heron. Guided by the heron, Mahito embarks on an epic journey, unraveling the secrets of a world shared by the living and the dead, and discovering profound truths about himself. While I typically prefer the subtitled version, the English dubbed version, thanks to Disney's commendable dubbing, doesn't disappoint. The stellar cast, a trademark of Ghibli's English dubs, delivers standout performances, with Dave Bautista, Florence Pugh, Christian Bale, and an unexpectedly impressive turn by Robert Pattinson as the Grey Heron. The animation in How Do You Live is a visual masterpiece, captivating from the fiery opening scene to the subtle swaying of grass. The score adds another layer of beauty with our sincere hopes for it to clinch the Animation of the Year award. Our eighth pick is the 1997 Princess Mononoke, a Hayao Miyazaki masterpiece that has earned a perfect 10 in our books. The U.S. English dubbed version features stellar voices, including Billy Crudup as Ashitaka, Billy Bob Thornton as Jigo, Minnie Driver as Lady Eboshi, Claire Danes as San, Jada Pinkett Smith as Toki, Keith David as Akoto, and Gillian Anderson as Moro. Miyazaki's narrative unfolds in an imaginary time, blending ancient gods, Shinto style embodying place and nature, with the emergence of humans, metalworking, and war. The story delves into a world out of balance, triggered by a conflict between industry and nature, leading to the wounding and subsequent death of a forest god. The tale follows Ashitaka's journey to cure himself and restore balance, uncovering complexities of good and evil in a narrative enriched with Japanese mythic elements. The animation is nothing short of spectacular, marking a departure in style with new elements that Miyazaki carries into his subsequent film, Sen to Chihiro. The visuals explore nature, wildness, and draw from Japanese myth and folklore, steering away from sci-fi. The characters are meticulously developed, showcasing subtle nuances through wonderful animation. The original Japanese soundtrack, with remarkable singing and top-tier voice talent, contributes to the masterpiece crafted by Miyazaki. While the English translation features good talent, the intensity of the Japanese crew's connection to the work is evident. Miyazaki's depth and sophistication set his work apart from the typical animation, and Princess Mononoke stands as a testament to his unique storytelling. If you're new to Miyazaki, consider starting with Sen to Chihiro, Laputa, or Kiki's Delivery Service for a lighter introduction to his distinctive world. This is not just Japanese Disney. It's an adult work with unmatched depth and complexity, offering a rich experience that unfolds with each viewing. Coming in at number 7 is the 1992 film Porco Rosso, directed by Hayao Miyazaki and featuring the voices of Michael Keaton as Porco, Cary Elwes as Donald, Kimberly Williams Paisley as Fio, and Susan Egan as Gina. Porco Rosso tells the tale of Porco, a World War I veteran and flyboy cursed with the face of a pig. Post-war, he works as a bounty hunter, flying his seaplane for a living. Hired to rescue kidnapped girls and recover stolen gold from airborne pirates, Porco faces challenges from an American rival, Donald Curtis. After being shot down, Porco seeks repairs at Mr. Piccolo's shop, where he encounters the brilliant plane designer, Fio, Piccolo's granddaughter. Unlike Miyazaki's typical protagonists, Porco Rosso stands out as an older character, bearing the literal marks of the world on his face. Initially perceived as a magical curse, the facial transformation seems more symbolic, possibly representing the scars left on soldiers after WWI. Porco's world-weary demeanor and cavalier attitude, rooted in his lack of fear for personal safety, add depth to his character. The film offers a unique perspective, portraying a tired protagonist whose weariness reflects the world around him. Despite being a flight of fancy, Porco Rosso is a departure from Miyazaki's usual magical elements. Taking the 6th spot on our list is the 2008 masterpiece Ponyo, directed by Miyazaki, featuring an all-star U.S. English dub cast, including Cate Blanchett as Grandma Mare, Matt Damon as Koichi, Liam Neeson as Fujimoto, Noah Cyrus as Ponyo, Betty White as Yoshi, and Frankie Jonas as Sosuke. Ponyo unfolds a whimsical underwater adventure that challenges the way you view your aquatic pets. The film, a delightful twist on the fish-out-of-water concept, explores Ponyo's dream of leaving her aquatic life behind for toddler legs, leading to chaos in the most adorable fashion. This isn't your typical fish in a strange land story. It's a fish in the water yearning to be human tale. The mesmerizing animation beckons you to consider taking up scuba diving, and the ensemble of sea creatures raises questions about whether your local aquarium is secretly a Ghibli production. Ponyo offers a delightful blend of laughter and wonder, proving that even the ocean has a sense of humor. Brace yourself for a dive into a world where fish drive cars, waves transform into skyscrapers, and your seemingly ordinary pet goldfish might be plotting an epic escape to become your newfound best friend. This film is a delightful splash of joy and whimsy that will leave you with a newfound appreciation for the mysteries of the deep blue. Number 5 on our list is the captivating 2013 film, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, directed by Isao Takahata. The English dub features Chloe Grace Moretz as Princess Kaguya, the late James Caan as the Bamboo Cutter, Mary Steenburgen as Bamboo Cutter's wife, and James Marsden as Prince Ishitsukuri. The story revolves around Okina, an elder bamboo cutter who discovers a tiny girl in a bamboo shoot and decides to adopt her with his wife, Ona. As the girl, Princess Kaguya, grows rapidly, she must leave to be raised among nobles, leading to complex situations. Compared to previous Studio Ghibli works, the animation style of Princess Kaguya stands out, signaling a departure from the studio's usual aesthetic. Despite founder Hayao Miyazaki's absence, the film presents a vibrant change, offering a heartwarming story that tugs at the heartstrings. Chloe Grace Moretz's graceful portrayal of Kaguya adds a distinctive touch. The intricate animation technique echoes the aesthetics of traditional Japanese art paintings, resembling a timeless masterpiece. This departure from the perceived decline of traditional 2D animation in the West showcases Japan's dedication to preserving this art form. The film feels like a timeless painting, demonstrating a stroke of genius. I must echo my son's sentiment here. It's truly unbelievable that this film lost the Best Animated Film Oscar to Big Hero 6. In my opinion, that film fell short. And this Studio Ghibli masterpiece is undoubtedly superior in both animation and storytelling. There's simply no comparison. Our 4th Ghibli film on the list is the 2014 When Marnie Was There, skillfully directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi. This film, like its Ghibli predecessors, features an impressive English voice cast, including Haley Steinfeld as Anna, Kiernan Shipka as Marnie, Gray Griffin as Setsu, John C. Reilly as Kiyomasa, Vanessa Williams as Hisako, Gina Davis as Yoriko, Kathy Bates as Mrs. Kadoya, and Catherine O'Hara as the elderly lady. The narrative delicately weaves an emotional tapestry, pulling at the heartstrings with its poignant storyline and exquisite animation. Functioning as a captivating coming-of-age tale, the film resonates deeply as it follows Anna's journey of self-discovery. Themes of loneliness, friendship, and the profound impact of memory are explored against picturesque landscapes and an air of mystery. The bond between Anna and the mysterious Marnie unfolds in a way that's both heartwarming and heartbreaking. As secrets unravel and emotions surface, the film masterfully navigates the complexities of human connection and the bittersweet beauty of fleeting moments. When Marnie Was There leaves an indelible impression, evoking tears of empathy and nostalgia while celebrating the resilience of the human spirit. As an additional note, the beautiful and heartbreaking song From the Outside by Priscilla Ahn further intensified our emotional experience, or as we jokingly refer to it, our allergic reaction. Taking the third spot on our list is the 2001 masterpiece Spirited Away, directed by Miyazaki, with English dub voices led by Davy Chase as Chihiro, Suzanne Plachette as Yubaba Zaniba, Jason Marsden as Haku, Tara Strong as Bo, Big Baby, and Lauren Holly as Chihiro's mother. Miyazaki, hailed as the godfather of Japanese animation, consistently delivers works of unparalleled beauty, sensory delight, and storytelling mastery, leaving audiences overwhelmed and intoxicated with wonder. Spirited Away exemplifies this magic. This epic fantasy, akin to Miyazaki's earlier work, Princess Mononoke, finds its perfect expression in Studio Ghibli's stunning animation. The film, a multiple award-winning masterpiece and Japan's highest-grossing film, immerses viewers in a world of overwhelming detail and rich, lavish colors rarely seen in Western animation. Scenes like Chihiro running through flower fields, soaring above the skies with Haku, and navigating the pipe-to-climb bathhouse walls are breathtaking, making Spirited Away a visual marvel. The film's bustling world, filled with unique, lovable creatures, showcases Miyazaki's inventive character designs reminiscent of classic tales like Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland and The Never-Ending Story. With its enchanting music, beautiful score, and a plot-weaving universal themes and Japanese history, Spirited Away mesmerizes both children and adults, offering a magical, tearful, laughter-filled journey through a land of sweeping fantasy and dreams. Prepare to be spirited away. Our number 2 Ghibli movie takes us to the enchanting world of the 1988 My Neighbor Totoro, directed by Miyazaki, featuring the English dub voices of the talented Fanning sisters, Dakota Fanning as Satsuki, L.A. Fanning as May, along with Tim Daly as Professor Kusakabe, Pat Carroll as Granny, and Leah Salonga as Mrs. Kusakabe. This cinematic gem holds a special place in my heart, serving as my gateway into the captivating realm of Studio Ghibli, all thanks to my dear friend Brian. Beyond being a movie, it's a whimsical time machine that transports me to an era where a simple forest could unfold into a kingdom of boundless imagination. Miyazaki's masterpiece is a passport to a world where bus stops lead to magical adventures and forest spirits coexist with neighbors. Each viewing reaffirms that growing up doesn't entail abandoning childhood dreams, but rather finding a way to carry them, safely tucked in the pockets of our hearts. More than just a narrative, the film is a treasure chest of cherished memories. Iconic scenes like Mei and Satsuki soaring on a cat bus or waiting at the bus stop in the rain evoke the joy and innocence of bygone days. Whenever I crave a dose of pure happiness, My Neighbor Totoro becomes my refuge, whisking me away to a realm where life's mysteries are met with wide-eyed wonder and the magic of friendship dances with the wind through the trees. Buckle up, folks. Our number 1 Ghibli movie is the 1994 Pompoko, directed by Isao Takahata and English-voiced dubbed by Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Shokashi, Clancy Brown as Gonta, J.K. Simmons as Sizimon, Tress McNeely as Oroku, and Kevin Michael Richardson as Bunta. This wacky and also heartbreaking animated film is the raccoon revolution we all loved. Who would have thought that fluffy woodland creatures could be such masters of disguise and shape-shifting? Studio Ghibli's animated Wonderland introduces us to a world where raccoons are basically furry superheroes. One moment they're impersonating humans, the next they're turning into buses and causing commuter chaos. Forget about Avengers. Give me a team of shape-shifting raccoons any day. I mean, picture this. A group of raccoons infiltrating society, infiltrating construction sites, infiltrating, well, basically everything, all while raising awareness about environmental issues. It's like nature's version of Mission Impossible, only with a dash of eco-consciousness. And let's not forget the raccoon magic, which is basically a crash course in how to outwit your enemies using your extra skin. It's like Ghibli took a regular raccoon's skill set and dialed it up to 11, creating a hilariously bizarre spectacle that's part slapstick comedy, part cautionary tale, and 100% raccoon ruckus. Pompoko is a film that takes a wild premise and runs with it faster than a raccoon chasing a shiny object. Amidst the uproarious transformations and pranks on humans, the film also manages to sneak in some sobering reflections on the encroachment of nature. But don't worry, it's all balanced out by the raccoon's irreverent antics, proving that sometimes the best way to get your point across is by turning into a giant ghost monster. So if you've ever wondered what would happen if raccoons went all in on fighting urbanization, Pompoko is the must-see raccoon rebellion that's equal parts hilarious and thought-provoking. Who knew raccoons could be so revolutionary? And with a grand finale, we've reached the conclusion of this extraordinary episode. Now, our curiosity is perched on the edge of its seat. Please let us know what are your top 24 Ghibli movies, or perhaps offer a sneak peek of your top 5. If you haven't indulged in the full Ghibli magic, now's the perfect moment to embark on this enchanted journey. Take our word for it. Each film is a hidden gem waiting to be uncovered. Yes, even the whimsical earwig. Well, maybe not as much, but hey, don't heed the critics or even us. Experience it for yourself. Go ahead. See and discover. Never say never. Always give something a chance, then form your own opinion. Appreciate you being here for our video. Your support fuels our passion, and we're eager to share more thrilling content with you. Stay with us, Film Bugs, and until next time, this is Little Ricky signing off.